live. Welcome in, everyone. This is going to be the week ahead, what you could expect. So, we start off with today. Um, what today? This is a sidereal chart because I read in sidereal, Vedic sidereal. So, today the moon is in Virgo and it's with K2 and it's in the fifth house. So, with the moon being in Virgo, a lot of people could be thinking about their health, work, because Virgo represents the sixth house, and the sixth house is all about work and health. So, we start off today with Monday. As soon as you wake up, you might think about maybe I need to improve my health. Maybe I need to make some changes because K2 represents the past and releasing. Maybe I need to seriously focus on my health and make some serious changes, whether that be drinking more water or maybe changing your diet, or maybe wanting to increase more fiber, something here today. Today is Sunday, May 24th. You're thinking about health, making some serious changes. The collective. This is collectively. All of us on a grand scale today, for the ones that is not awake as yet, for the ones that's watching this, you're going to be seriously wanting to make some changes with your health today. Definitely, you will. You're going to wake up and feel like, you know what? Maybe I need to cut out pork, or maybe I need to cut out beef, or maybe I need to stop eating fried foods or too much sugar. Today is the day of change for a lot of people. For a lot of you, today is today where you're making some kind of change. And I feel like you might fall through with it. Today, you might be like, you know what? I want to start fasting or intermediate fasting or whatever that is. So, we're going to go to tomorrow. So, I have the chart. Sorry. Give me 1 second. What's going on? It's taking forever. Okay, let's let it load an astral seek. So I have it for tomorrow. This is the chart for tomorrow. Tomorrow, when you wake up, the moon will be in Virgo, but it's going to be at a later degree. Hold on. This is in tropical. We got to put this in sidereal. Give me a second. I don't like using this app. I have my own astrology processor, but it won't come up for some reason when I use Safari, only when I use Google. So the next time I make a video like this, it's going to be on my own, not this. I do not like AstroSeek. So we're on Tuesday. Well, Monday. Sorry. So we're on Monday. So the moon is in Virgo, and we have K2 on the IC line. Well, not on the IC line, but near the IC line. So with us having the moon in the fifth house and with K2 there in the fourth house, Monday is going to be a day for change as well. A lot of people will still be thinking about their health. A lot of people might be thinking about not just like health as in food, but who's healthy for you. This could be family, friends, career. A lot of people might realize that somebody in their life is maybe not healthy for them. Maybe this could be a partner, a family member, whatever it might be. Monday, when you wake up, you might realize that I don't think I could do this, or these people are holding me back, or maybe I need to release this relationship. I need to release this partnership, or I need to release someone. Monday, when you wake up, you might be in the mood where I need to make some serious changes. Sunday it was all about your health. Monday, it's about making some serious changes, whether that's letting go of a person, a place. This feels more like person or place. Monday, for some of y'all, this could be in your job. You might realize that you need to make some serious changes within your job, or you might need to just let that job go and focus on building something for yourself. But Monday is going to be this moment where a lot of people is seriously questioning things. A lot of people is seriously questioning something on Monday. Monday is going to be like, I've had it up to here. I can't do this anymore kind of emotion on Monday. Okay, so we're going to look at Tuesday. So Tuesday, the moon is still in Virgo. So with the moon being in Virgo at 16 degrees, it's almost at the sixth house. And with K2 being in that same position, Tuesday, I strongly feel like we could be hearing some big news on Tuesday. Tuesday is going to be the day when a lot of us could be hearing some news. With Jupiter being in that third house, Rahu being in the 10th, we could hear some serious big news with something to do with the government or leadership. There's going to be some big news that comes out on Tuesday. And for some people, this could be some news that comes out in your personal life. This could be news that happens in your personal life on Tuesday. But Tuesday is going to be the day where some major information comes out. This could be with a government official, a president, a politician. Some big news comes out on Tuesday. And for some people, this is some news inside of your personal life. You might hear some news that comes out that you might not want to hear, or you just, for some people, this might just be something you do not want to know on Tuesday. But there's some information that's coming out on Tuesday. On a world scale, from a mundane stance, this could be about a world leader, a president, a politician, something to do within government. But what I can tell you is there's some big news that comes out on Tuesday. For some of y'all, this is within your personal life, okay? We're going to go to Wednesday. Oh my God. What's going on with this now? Yeah, I'm not going to use this app anymore to do a video like this. Okay. So Wednesday. Wednesday, the moon is still in Virgo, only in the morning time. By the time the midday is here, the moon is going to be in Leo. Okay. So, but I'm only reading based on the mornings. I'm not doing full days. So Wednesday, when we wake up, the moon will be in Virgo at 28 degrees, and it's going to be with the vertex. Wednesday is going to be a pivotal day for a lot of us. Something big is coming out on Wednesday. Something big. This could also be with something coming out on the American news, because this chart is based in America, but this is going to affect everybody worldwide because I live in America, so this chart is based on the American time and location. So we could definitely be hearing something for those of us that lives in North America. Something big comes out on the news talking about something in North America. The reason why I'm saying that is because Vertex is in the sixth house with the moon being in Virgo at 28 degrees. And Chiron and Mars is in that 12th house. Okay. We could be hearing some big news. We could be hearing about maybe news about somebody stepping down. Doesn't necessarily have to mean Trump. It could mean somebody that's in politics, in the political realm. Somebody could definitely be having some issues. This could even be Trump. Doesn't necessarily have to be Trump, but it could be Trump. This could be somebody in his camp. A lot of people have been resigning recently from his camp. But when I say we could definitely hear some news, some big news about somebody in politics. When I say we could also hear about some news with something to do with the war, there's something big coming out on Wednesday, is what I'm going to tell you. Something big. When I say big, big. Wednesday, big news is coming out. Yep. Wednesday is going to be that day when I feel like a lot of people is going to be like, what? Well, Trump does have his health. They're looking at he has his health evaluation on Tuesday. So that's very interesting. Wednesday, we could be hearing some news. This could be based on maybe the Ebola or Mahanta virus, with the moon and vertex being in the sixth house, and Chiron and Mars being in the 12th house. So we could hear some updates about that. We might hear about another case on Wednesday or more cases on Wednesday. Remember, this chart is based worldwide. This is worldwide predictions. So now we're going to look at Thursday. Thursday, the moon is in Libra when we wake up. So with the moon being in Libra and vertex being in the second house, K2 and Mars being in the 12th house, Jupiter being in the third. Next week is definitely going to be an informational week. Next week just seems like so much news is coming out. Thursday, when we wake up, I feel like Thursday is going to be definitely a peaceful day, more peaceful than the rest of the days. Thursday just seems like a day where a lot of harmony happens. Thursday honestly seems like the best day so far from what I'm looking at. With this moon being in Libra at 10 degrees by the time a lot of the people that watch this wakes up. Thursday seems like a really, 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 really good day. I don't really see any issues on Thursday. And with Venus being in Gemini in the second house, in a trine to Saturn and Neptune in the 11th, Thursday seems like a really good day for the stock market or for people that's into like day trading. Thursday seems like a very harmonious day. Okay. I have nothing to say about Thursday. So we're going to go to the last day. The last day we're going to look at is Friday. Let's see what happens on Friday. So we are on Friday. By the time we wake up on Friday, the moon will be at 22 degrees in Libra with vertex at 3 degrees in Libra in the 6th house. This week, next week, well, this week, because the week has started today. This week is all going to be about politics and health. We have the strong 6th house activation this week. So on Friday with part of fortune being in the 7th house and Lilith being in that 7th house, Friday seems like a day that's going to be a day full of chaos, a day filled of problems. And if you're in a relationship, Friday could definitely be very intense for your relationship. Friday seems like a day that's going to be very intense. We could hear some news about Iran, and the U.S. with Israel on Friday. Friday seems very interesting. I don't feel like Friday is going to be good for the stock market. Mercury is going to finally be in Gemini on Friday, May 29th. May 29th seems very, very, very interesting. I'm going to say this week does not look good for the Donald Trump administration. Looking at this chart. But Friday, even for like us, the people, because the moon rules the people. So this is going to affect everybody. Friday, if you're in a relationship and your relationship was already on the rocks, like, you could tell when a relationship is like about to end with a person. It doesn't always have to be romantic. It could be platonic. Like, let's say your relationship foundation is already shaky and already rocky. Friday might be the day it actually ends. So avoid confrontation, avoid arguments, avoid anyone that's going to make you get out of character. Because Friday might be that day where you just let somebody have it that day. Whether it be a boss or your boyfriend or your husband or whoever it might be. Don't let somebody get you out of character, because Friday could be that day where you just like, you know what? I am tired of this. And you just read somebody their rights on Friday. So Friday, try to avoid drama, okay? For a lot of people, try to avoid drama because Friday definitely seems like it could be a drama filled day. Now that we're at Friday and I'm looking at Friday, I hope and pray that there's not an escalation with Iran and the US and Israel on Friday. Because Friday just seems like that day where something could definitely escalate and turn into something more. From what I could see, Friday definitely looks like that day. But the good thing is Mercury will be in Gemini. So this is May 29th. With Mercury starting to be in Gemini from May 29th, we're going to start to see the stock market go up after this day. Not Friday, but after Friday. So the following week. Mercury is good for business, and with it being in Gemini is amazing for business. So June is definitely going to be a good month for business worldwide. Stock markets all around the world, whether that's in the US, China, India, wherever these like big stock market places are, you're going to see them do very well after Friday because Mercury will just be going into Gemini. Mercury is at home in Gemini. So there's some good news. There's some good news for stock market businesses in June. So after Friday, we're going to see an increase in business, even in the economy worldwide, especially in America. The economy is going to go up. Like watch after June when they talk about um, how well the economy did in June. The economy is going to do really good in June. So if you're looking for a job, June might be the month. Okay, that's what I got for everyone. Bye, guys. Like, share, and subscribe.